Hey guys, today is my finale for what is it like to eat at Deep South Homestead. So stay tuned to the end because we will be having a special giveaway at the end I'd like to talk to you about. But let's get to what we ate here for the month of February at Deep South. I didn't want to really just go item for item and tell you everything we ate and all this. I'm going to give you a brief collective rundown, and I'm going to show you some of the, just a collection of meals throughout the month at the end. But for now, I'm just going to kind of tell you, we have to go to the grocery store. We have to buy food. Everybody does. To be a homesteader means that you are becoming more self-sufficient. Not that you are, but you are becoming more self-sufficient. Right now, out of our meals, I can happily say half of every meal we cook comes from Deep South. To me, that's awesome. Half of everything we eat comes from Deep South. On several occasions, probably a quarter of the meals for the month, everything came from Deep South. Not 100%, but everything came from Deep South except salt and pepper. I think that's pretty awesome that we can have that kind of a meal. And Danny and I would sit and just go, wow, look at this plate. This is from Deep South. And I'd have to remind him, not quite, salt and pepper, but that's pretty cool to us anyway. So what I wanted to do is give you a rundown right quick of some of the things that I'm going to have to buy, some of the things, a group of about what it cost. I'm not 100% with everything. I just wrote down the meals and I'm having to guess at the amounts here. But I know pretty much how much we use. And then I'm going to tell you how many of the jars we have to replace and what we used out of the freezer and things like that. So first, let's start with breakfast. With our breakfast, all the eggs came from Deep South Homestead. 13 dozen eggs. You guys, but that's not all breakfast. That was in snacks and stuff too. That's the whole month of February. 13 dozen eggs for 2 people. That's a lot, I know. And we use eggs every day. That's something that we have, so we use what we have. That's the Deep South motto, use what you have. And with that, occasionally we had grits. Not all the time, but on occasion we space it out. And with the grits, they're Danny corn. We ground here, so that's pretty awesome. A few times we had sausage. We do not eat meat every morning. We mainly eat eggs, but we add in something sometimes. With the sausage, it was deer sausage. We harvested that here. We made it ourselves. The only thing we purchased with that was the seasoning. So breakfast was pretty well covered. My coffee, the honey, we have to buy. So I'm thinking a can of coffee and a big jar of honey, about a 5-pound jug of honey will do me for the month. I used to use French vanilla in my coffee, but I broke away from that and done the honey. So now we're having to buy honey. We don't have bees right now, so for now the honey and the coffee is what we buy for breakfast. Then lunch and supper, all the vegetables came from Deep South. 100% of the vegetables, Deep South. The only exception would be the romaine lettuce that I bought to eat in the salad, and now we have our own romaine and some cabbage and things already ready to eat. So even that one package of romaine, you know, for the month when we were not raising lettuce. Then we've had tomatoes and peppers from the greenhouse. The peppers have really kept us in fresh peppers. I've had to use a few frozen, but not many. Then the carrots. I've used a couple of jars of carrots, but for the most part, I've been going out to our carrot bed and digging up carrots, and we've been eating them fresh. We've eaten them in stir fries, and we've ate them in just boiled. So the carrots have hung in there really well. So this has been a good month for eating in season too. Meats that we've had from Deep South, chickens. I do buy chicken, but we've harvested several chickens this past couple of months. So I do have some chicken that we are eating on. And I made chicken spaghetti. We had baked chicken and let's see, what else? I think I did some stir fry with some of the chicken. So we had our own chicken in several ways there. Then we harvested some rabbits. Twice I put rabbits in a crock pot, and we've had 4 meals out of it. Two per rabbit, so that's pretty cool. But on the flip side, ground beef, we use a lot of ground beef. Probably, well, beef of any kind, stir fry or whatever, tenderized steaks. So probably about 20 pounds of ground meat or stir fry meat per month. So that's a lot that we have to buy. The pork, we only ate a couple of pork chops one time, and then the little ham that Danny bought me at Christmas that he sliced real thin, I used it 4 or 5 times on roll-ups. So that was it as far as the pork goes. So the meat is the thing that we have to buy the most of, probably, the beef. Until we can see our way to raise or purchase a half a beef or something like that to get us through, or we will be able to kill more deer per year. We only got 1 deer. Then we have more chickens to be butchered and more rabbits coming up. So that's going to be supplementing our meat for the next month or so. Things we used that were jarred. We probably ate about 25 jars from the cellar for the month. That would be jelly, green beans, English peas, potatoes, sweet potatoes, I think squash. So out of all those things, we ate about 25 jars for the month. So that means we, not even 1 a day really, because 1 jar will equal 2 meals for us usually. The quart jar sometimes is 3 meals. So that means, not quite a quart a day for the 2 of us. So I think that's pretty good with our jarred stuff. But then again, we were eating fresh. Things in the greenhouse, such as our peppers and tomatoes. Then we had our carrots out in the raised bed. So we had some fresh stuff to supplement in. We're still eating our sweet potatoes fresh. We probably ate more sweet potatoes than anything else fresh. About 35 pounds of sweet potatoes this month. I used sweet potato fries almost every 2 or 3 days. We were eating sweet potato fries. Then I baked sweet potatoes on several occasions. And when I did, I'd bake enough for 2 meals. So we ate a lot of sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are good for you. If you don't believe me, come to the conference in Crossville, Tennessee, May 6th, the Great Appalachian Homesteading Conference. Danny's talking about sweet potatoes, guys. You want to be there. So get your tickets now and come see us May the 6th, because sweet potatoes, that's what it's all about. And Danny has become the sweet tater king. Just saying, Tommy Alderman. So he has given him a new name. So we're going to be there at the conference. We're going to be taking the cookbooks, and we're going to be taking Danny books, his little sweet potato books and things like that. Because sweet potatoes is one thing we eat a lot of. Now let's talk about some of the things that I know I'm going to have to buy. And one of them is flour. We can't raise enough flour. We don't eat wheat flour. I tried that this month. Danny got very sick on even organic flour. We made sure it was like non-GMO, organic, everything, and tried bread, and he got very, very sick. I mean, we've been doing the gluten for a long time, so we just tried it as a test. So the gluten-free flour is probably about 10 pounds. Gluten-free flours are very expensive. We use almond flour, tapioca, coconut, and a baking flour mix that is a rice blend. So probably 10 pounds. Then we have the sugar, maybe 5 pounds of sugar. We don't use a lot of sugar. Butter, we don't make our own butter because we do not have a way to right now. So probably 4 pounds of butter, not a lot. Coconut oil, because of Danny's condition, we used more of it. 3 of the little jars of coconut oil. We used probably maybe less than a quart of olive oil. Then we used maybe a quart, 2 quarts of peanut oil to fry in. And I don't fry very often, but I keep it for frying. So those are things I know I have to replace. Salt and pepper, of course. We made tacos one night, the seasonings for that. That sort of thing we do have to replace. But when I cook things like chicken and I use our onions and peppers and rosemary on things like that. So I don't have to purchase anything but salt and pepper. We're not big on a lot of seasonings, but I have other seasonings here, but rosemary is our go-to for chicken and things like that. So this is how we eat at Deep South Homestead. This is what we eat here. And it saves us dollars eating gluten-free here at our homestead. Almost everything we do is gluten-free. Okay, today I want to be able to give away one of my cookbooks, Cooking Southern Style with Deep South Homestead. What I want you to do is take and get our playlist or any of the 7 videos in the playlist and share them on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, wherever you can share them, share them. Like it and make sure you're subscribed to us and hit that bell, folks. If you want notifications when we go live, hit the bell. We're always on every day with the video and we're live every Saturday night at 8 p.m. But if you want notifications, hit the bell. Then come back here to this video and say, I shared the playlist with, or I shared day 5 with, and say, I want the cookbook. And we're going to take and draw Saturday before we go live. It'll probably be around lunchtime and I'll pop up a video telling you we'll be live and the winner is. So, we want to thank you guys for being a part of What's It Like to Eat at Deep South Homestead. This is how you save a few dollars on healthy eating, especially here at Deep South Homestead. Thank you guys.